going to say a few words, try and do a little bit of story time here. So I'm Miguel's brother, David, and obviously we've known each other for a very long time. And so growing up, so I'm 4 years younger than Miguel, so I always wanted to hang out with him. He's 4 years older than me, so he never wanted to hang out with me. So of course I had to try and find out, unique ways to get him to pay attention to me. So when we were about 3 years old, Miguel would build these impressive Lego sets, these awesome cities, and then I would come in and do my best Godzilla impersonation and destroy every single piece of the city. When we were about 8 or 9 years old, Miguel would just be hanging out, watching TV. I wanted him to come play outside with me, so I'd throw a tennis ball at his head. Then, when we were probably 12 or 13, Miguel was in his video game stage, so he'd be in the basement playing Tomb Raider all day long. So of course, when he gets to that important moment, I jump in front of the TV and ruin it for him. So, needless to say, we spent a lot of quality time together. Most of that time spent with him kicking my ass. The one thing I never really understood about my brother as we were growing up and as we got older was his perspective towards relationships. We were obviously raised by the same parents. Our parents last month hit 35 years together. So I've been married now for 2 years, and Miguel, I'm sure a lot of you know this, Miguel was never going to get married. This day was never going to come. He wanted to be single. He considered himself to be a player. And yeah, he was very anti-marriage, and I always wondered why. And then I realized it's not actually that he's against marriage. What it really is that when Miguel speaks, 95% of the words that come out of his mouth are complete and utter bullshit. But the other 5% of the time, he really means what he says. And one of those moments, those examples, was the first time I met Ying-Ying. And it was Thanksgiving break. We were in Washington, D.C., and he had invited Ying-Ying over to spend it with us. And he spent the entire time before telling my sister and I that Ying-Ying was not his girlfriend. He was not interested in her. They were just friends. She's from China, so she needed somewhere to spend Thanksgiving. But it was also his birthday, so we went out to a bar, and I know what you're all thinking. Shocking, right? A story with Miguel, Ying-Ying, and a bar. They never happen. But I'll never forget this moment. We were sitting there. Miguel was 2, 3, 8, 9 drinks in. He's feeling pretty good about himself, and Ying-Ying had walked away, and she came back with a whiskey and diet in her hand and gave it to Miguel. And Miguel, so excited, is like, "That's my girlfriend!" And honestly, at that moment, it wasn't hard to figure out that we'd end up here. You could see it. So I say, a lot of people, you wonder, you hear the discussion about, is there really one person meant for each of us, and who really knows? But in the case of Miguel and Ying-Ying, I truly believe that. They're meant for each other. And the reason I really believe that is, after spending about 2 decades living with Miguel, I can confidently say that the only other person in this world that would agree to spend the rest of their life living with Miguel is Ying-Ying. So, one last story, and this is my favorite. It was last year, actually. We had Miguel and Ying-Ying's engagement party, and we were here in South Lake Union out on a boat, and we played a question and answer game. And Ying-Ying was asked the question, "What do you love most about Miguel?" And she took her time to think about it. She wrote down her answer, and then we asked her, and she said, "Ying-Ying, what do you love most about Miguel?" And she said, I will never forget this. She said, "He always takes care of me when I'm drunk." And that it defines a relationship in so many different ways. But they always find a way to take care of each other, no matter what the situation is, no matter how many beverages they've consumed. They're always there for each other. So to wrap it up, Ying-Ying, First of all, welcome to the family. Thank you for helping get Miguel to the mature state where now he wants to hang out with me. Miguel, obviously, I love you, bro. Really happy for you. And then to the couple, cheers. We all wish you a long lifetime of taking care of each other. Cheers.